Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do my completed pages from February and March. I didn't do February's because, well, a lot of things happened, as some of you may know. So I just didn't have the time, and I really didn't color as much, obviously, because I've been taking care of dogs. But let's start with some whips, I guess, first. Some of these are from February, some of these are from this month. So one of the whips I have is this one here. This is in Nightfall by Trolle. Now, you guys might notice that the last couple months I haven't been doing as many portraits, but let's not go as far as saying no portraits, because I'm still definitely doing portraits, just not as many. I've been really into Trolle for some reason. I don't know. I'm just drawn to her books. And I always tend to use polychromos in her books. I love the way they feel on the paper. So I guess maybe I was in the mood to use polys. I don't know. So this one here is obviously colored with polychromos. The background I'm in the middle of doing, and I may do a Whip Wednesday, but I'm just using Neocolor 2s for that. And slowly working my way up. Not really sure what the end game is. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the butterflies and stuff. If I'll come back and do them with pencil or just outline them in white. I don't know. But yeah, this one was really fun. It all started because I just felt like flicking some colors into flowers, and that's where we began. And yeah, so that's the one whip I have going right now. Another whip I'm currently working on is this portrait here. Like I said, I'm not doing no portraits, just not as many. So this is from Strawberry ID, is the Etsy store name. And this one my daughter picked out. I was like, hey, go through all of my printed PDFs, because I have like way too many, and go just grab one and tell me to color it. And this is what she picked. And I'm doing this all with Prismacolor, including the hair. I rarely do hair with Prismacolor. I don't know, I hate it. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to not let that beat me, and I'm going to do hair with Prismacolor. So these are Prismas. I'll be going through finishing the hair, and then I'll get out my X-Acto blade and kind of carve out a few more highlights where I want them and just make it a little more realistic looking. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. So I'm working on that. And then this one is also a whip. So this is Botanicum. Again, Trolle. Oh shoot, where is it? I know it's closer to the front. I've actually done quite a bit in this book the last few months. So I wanted to color in here. Now I used my 520 Brute Fooners. Basically, I've noticed I tend to go for the more oil-based pencil in Trolle's books. Now, these Brute Fooner 520s are by no means a comparison to polychromos. I just wanted to use them because, gosh darn it, they've been sitting there unloved. And so I just did a few like colors and I kept this really simple, but I still need to do the background. But I can't decide what I want to do for the background. I don't know. I wanted to do like a baby blue, but I'm already doing that in my other Trolle one, so maybe I'll do something different. I'm not sure. If you have any ideas, pop them below. All right, so these are in no particular order because I don't even know what I have and have not finished. Like I said, some are from February. Okay, so this is Ticket to Dreams by Karolina Kubikowska. And I apparently did this one at some point, just with watercolors. I was doing it very simple. I had meant to go back in with pencil. And then I was like, yeah, I just want to leave it as it is. It was just like, literally, I was mixing whatever colors were left on a palette. I had a couple greens. So there was like an olivey light green and then a darker one. And so I was just kind of mixing those. And then I had some reds and blues and pinks. And so I started making some purples. but I don't even remember what brand it was because it was just on my palette. So I'm trying to think of what watercolor brand I swatched recently, because whatever that was, that's what this is. But then I just splattered the leftover paint. But yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it. I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe I'll go back and add some Posca, but yeah, it looks fine to me. All right. Oh, okay. So I joined the Enchanted Faces group. They actually just created a hashtag, I think yesterday, because, you know, it's hard for us now. There's so many people in this group. It's hard to tag everybody. And I'm the worst at it. I'm just like, here's this. Everyone's doing their completed pages, and I'm like, and tagging everyone, and I'm like, So we were supposed to do, that one's from January. I don't think I did anything in here. I think this just accidentally got thrown in the pile because I don't think I did. Yeah, I didn't do the pages that were picked for February or March because of everything going on. So I need to put that back in my pile. Okay. Valentine's Cuties by Joshua Dunbar. This is just that adorable little pocket-sized book, similar to the Hannah Lynn one. Let's see. I marked a bunch that I wanted to do, but I think I only like achieved one. I started a marker base on that one. Didn't finish. Did I finish a page? No, I think they're all whips. I started this one. That's right. I tried a Star Joy Gold on this paper, and I didn't like it. I thought I had finished one. Oh, I did finish one. The little macarons I did, but I swear I showed this page already. But yeah, it needs a background, so I think that's Black Widow. Oh, it's hard to tell, but yeah, it's all right. It's not my best work. Okay. So I think, yeah, some of these, I'm sorry if I end up repeating some from January. It's just hard to say. Is there another one in here? So this one is still a whip. I know I've been leaving my whips in my pile to kind of like leave myself accountable. And so I'm like, hey guys, here's a whip again. But this one I'm actually going to take out of the pile because it's done. I've added the Winka Stella. I don't want to do a background to it. I think she looks just dandy, but I know this was in my January video, so I'm not going to bother with that one. This one is still a whip. So I started this. Yana Prosperina had sent this to me, and I was almost done with it. All I have left is her hair. So I did do the background with, feels like gel crayon to me. So yeah, all I have left is her hair, and then I was going to outline and sparkle up her wings. Excuse me. And outline these. So it's really almost done. I'm just taking a Posca and kind of adding white to her hair because I want her hair white, and that's it for her hair. So I need to finish this one up. But yeah, it's just the start of the month had some, start of March, I should say, had some things that came up. So I didn't finish my February countdown calendar or my March one. I didn't even print March, but I am going to do the April one. So this one was, I picked 2 boxes of my Felissimos, and I was coloring with them, and I had picked the sets that were, you know, February-ish, you know, all lovey and cute. And so I got all the way to the 15th, but yeah, I didn't finish it. I'm thinking this month I might do markers. I'm not sure. I'm on the fence, but we shall see. Supposedly I finished one in here. No, that's the one from the other month. Either did, oh, this one. That's right. All right, I finished the background on this one. I think it was a whip in my previous video, and it just needed its background, and I finished the background. This is just Distress ink. Maybe I didn't show this one in my last video. It's hard to say, but I know the skin and everything is Prisma. I cannot recall what I did the hair with. And honestly, with the chaos that was going on this month, I honestly was really bad about like writing things down. So I didn't even write down like the colors I used. That's got to be Black Widow. It's normally what I use for hair on these pages, but I think she turned out pretty cute. But yeah, everything else is Prisma for sure. And I just did a really simple background with Distress ink. One color. I was just kind of like halo effecting and just getting rid of the white. But that one is done. I think I shared it on social media, my Instagram. I need to get back to doing that. This one has a whip in it. Yeah, so I had started this one with polychromos. This is also another book where I brand of books. So I should probably tell you what it is, huh? Wow. Fairy Celebrations by Clara Markova. Yeah, I normally use like oil-based pencils a lot in her stuff. And so I guess I was just really feeling polys lately. But I started this one and the flowers turned out way brighter than I wanted. But I was like mixing purples and pinks and oranges. And I still like it. I just need to finish it up. I had paused because I wanted to get the background in before I moved any further. But I kept a really simple color palette on this one. Like the colors I used in the berries, I actually took and used in the flowers. So, you know, it added some balance. And then all I did was add a slightly darker purple to these berries. But background, I think I'm going to use either my Neocolor 2s or some sort of watercolor pencil because there's just so many details to get around. I don't want to use gel crayons in there, and I don't feel like spraying this for pastels. But I did find this funny. Flower, 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 no flower. It honestly, like, to me, I don't know, for me, it definitely looks like it was forgotten. Because every other like cluster of leaves like that has a flower. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, this wasn't too bad. One thing I have noticed after using polys as much as I have the last couple weeks, gosh, I'm sorry that I keep saying there's not a lot of greens that I like. I feel it's quite lacking. So when I redo all my pencils and like kind of change up how I store them, I'm going to take some other pencil brands that play nice with polys because not all pencils play nicely together. And I'm going to add some more greens because I just don't like the green selection. I feel like I end up using the same colors over and over, to be honest. And yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. Okay, so this lovely gal, I did do this background when I was doing that live stream of backgrounds. This was Gelato's, or just, it might have been King Art. I'm not totally sure. It was a gel crayon of some sort. And then I added some sparkly bits here to all her little hearts and icing. And then I was originally going to make these glittery, but I didn't want to take away from her, so I just outlined them with a gel pen, the hearts, and just kind of left it that. But she was colored all with Prismacolor. Know that for a fact because I tend to do that for skin, but also this blue combo I recycled from another picture. The hair, it's either Pro Color, Derwent Pro Color, or Black Widow, but I'm not totally sure. But yeah, this one is by Lana Green. It was really cute, and I wish I would have like gotten it on social media. In fact, I think I need to put this aside and take a picture of this one. Can't remember if I shared a picture or not. It's been a wild ride. Okay. Now, these ones I will remember because I'm back on track, and these are like ones that I've actually completed in March and remember doing, other than the whips I've got going. So this is by Rain Art. Now, she used to be on Etsy, but unfortunately, because she is in Russia, she was removed from Etsy. She does have a Patreon. You can get quite a few of her images through her Patreon. And then she does have a website she's selling through. I just can't remember what it is. I love her artwork. I think she's incredibly talented. I hope she can get back on Etsy soon because I know she's not obviously making as much money as she used to. And even with her Patreon, she did kind of have to pause because she was feeling too much pressure, like constantly having to, supply images or full books for her higher tiers. But she's really sweet, awesome artist. I mean, look at this artwork. Now I had obviously gotten this picture for the hair because I mean, look at that hair. It's just wow. I have a major thing about coloring birds. One, in real life, like birds freak me out. They scare me. Like a chicken, any type of bird, yeah. If it flies, pecks, whatever, yeah. But I also just like don't color them. So when I originally got this image, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And I was like, oh, but the birds, they're the birds. And I was like about to just cut it off, but then you'd lose all this hair. So the birds are there, and I just kind of haphazardly colored them. I could have so done better. And then the hat here, I'm not gonna lie, like this image is so gorgeous. I feel like the hat and the birds need to just go and something else be there. I don't know. That's just me. But I like the way it turned out. The hair is polychromos. I did share that on my community tab and my Instagram. It was an Instagram story though. And then the rest is all Prismacolor. For some reason, I was really struggling. Some of her grayscale gets a little too dark, and I need to erase it next time because it gets very murky. So, and then the background I did with King Art gel crayons. I just did like 2 different purples, but you can barely even tell because they kind of just blend together. But yeah, that's really all I did for this one. So I like I said, I got it for the hair. Everything else was secondary. Okay. This one is also Lana Green. So I was super late to doing this, or not late. I mean, at the start of March, I had finished this, but I was like, oh, I gotta do a background. Oh, I gotta finish the background. And I never finished the background, so I never got to post this for the hashtag that it was meant to go to. But it was meant to do, Nirma Coloring had a hashtag for orange-haired woman. That's why I did orange hair. So I'm still going to post it to Instagram. It'll just be past due, but that's fine. So I ended up just doing a really light blue background because I just didn't want to take away. I mean, I spent hours on those flowers, like forever. I was like, I don't want to take away from those because, as usual, I flicked in my colors. I'm a flicker. And yeah, I just loved the way they turned out. But do you notice the color? Like I said, I recycled that blue combo from somewhere. I was like, ooh, I like the way they turn out on flowers. Let's try it on a dress. But yeah, so I did, this is all Prisma except her hair. Her hair is Black Widow. I know that for a fact because the orange and reds that they have are just phenomenal. So I used them. And I like the way this turned out. And I went with blue and orange because, look at the color wheel. Perfect combo. So I was like, yep, that's the way I'm going. Her eyebrows, don't like the way they turned out. They were a little more red than I wanted them to, but I didn't want her to have orange eyebrows either because that would have been weird. So yeah, I went with like an orange or not an orange, like a darker red and a brown, but oh well. I may go back and erase it and adjust it, but yeah, everything else is Prisma, even the butterflies. I've thought about adding like little sparklies to the butterflies, but I don't know. Like sometimes when I do portraits, I don't want to like go crazy. I want it to just, look natural, but I like the way this turned out. And I just did the same color combo on all of the butterflies. I just alternated which colors and how much of each color I used. But really, like, this was an incredibly simple color palette because even some of these blues were used down here for these flowers. So it was like I wasn't using a ton of colors, and I like this one. These two are definitely my favorites this month, not only because they're finished and because they have hair, but I just love the way both of them turned out. However, this one will be a favorite because I really like the way this one turned out. I just need to finish it. So this maybe will be next month's favorite. I'm like literally in the process of working on that background. The crayons are off to the side and everything. So, but yeah, as for finished, these two gals are my fave just because they're just, yeah, they're so pretty. And I'm talking the artist's work, not my coloring. I just thought the art, like Lana Green is one of my auto buys. Like anytime she comes out with something, I buy from her. It was the same with Rain Art. Now I just have to wait on Patreon, but like I just love both of these artists to death. So yeah, but anyway, I think I've rambled on enough for a completed pages video. But thank you all for hanging out with me, and until next time, take care. Bye now.